Things have gotten an awful lot busier in here. We've got like doors around, and we have a staircase. That's pretty exciting. So we got stained treads with cardboard to protect them, as well as white risers. There'll be little pieces of trim here, go up and down. And I think we got to figure out something for these corners because there's a little bit of exposed space from that old piece. They they barred off the staircase over here, but this one was actually a little bit more complicated. But they have to get some new pieces in. But they got the side pieces in today and redid some of the structure. But it is currently not safe. So let's see. Doors, 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 trim equipment, door. This door is functional. Well, sort of, kinda. And this door is also trimmed. Pretty neat. This entire room is trimmed, I think. So the door is trimmed. I think that they made really accurate little cuts in the trim for these feet. So they just fit into cute little notches. This one is holding, I think this is holding this to place while it glued. Maybe not. I think it finished. I hope. But yeah. So trim on the window. Looking quite nice. Looks like we may have to do some touch up because we didn't get enough on this edge here for this exposed. So that's unfortunate, but that's the way it goes. The guy was here to measure quartz today, and he measured the vanities as well as the seats in the threshold here. So our quartz has an eased edge, so it's kind of blocky, and right here it's going to come out here because you don't want just like it to stick out here. It doesn't look very good, so it'll actually stick out, curve around, and then come out here and around. It'll overhang 1 inch. I didn't want to go. Normal overhang is 1.5 inches, and I thought that would be a little bit goofy sticking out that far, so we took it down to 1 inch. Yeah. We also, Jake patched these again, so they're a lot smoother. This one is now pretty well faded in. It's pretty good. And yeah, doors. But what everybody is excited to see is granite counters. So, cabinet cleaning information. So we got our sinks and we got our holes drilled and everything is firmly in place. Looking pretty good. Very exciting. The kitchen is done as well. So the island and the edges over here. Sink is affixed. They said 24 hours when they told Sarah, 24 hours before the plumbers work on it. But the guy said it would be fine tomorrow morning, so I'm not even going to worry about telling Jake. This they had to actually shim these cabinets because if you look at the ceiling, um, it slopes like this. The floor does the same thing, and that meant that there was a gap right here that was pretty sizable. So they shimmed it up, and it'll just be the little footer thingy will make it invisible, so it's not a problem. Um, yeah, there's a little gap back here, but that's no problem. Apparently, you just solved that by building the backsplash out a little bit more. But yeah, our outlets and switches that we raised were raised enough, so we're out of here. But you can certainly see that if they were down at their former level, they would have gotten into the granite, and that would have been no good. No good at all. Let's see. We've got door over here on the bathroom. This door is in place. Oh, the door is trimmed too. I didn't realize that earlier. It's nice. What's really cool is in here, though, the fireplace is done. And it's looking pretty impressive. We actually I don't know that I talked about this, but the electricians have to fix this because there is actually no power to the fireplace. There's power to this outlet over here, but there's no power to the fireplace unit itself. When we were using it before, we thought that the batteries were just operating on a backup when we were drawing off of normal power, but we were actually running off of batteries the whole time. So, whoops. Um, because I can't go down here, I will go around outside. Oh my, it rained really hard. That's pretty wild. Have I scoped out this one door? I think I did scope out this door from outside even. But oh well, there it was again. Down the steps. I'm not sure we've ever taken this path on our river house renovation tour, but now we have. Ooh, it's chilly down here. This is obviously their little work area for getting all of this stuff ready, but yeah, you can see that we have our edge pieces on here, and then he cut this all the way up, and then he was playing around here for a little while, but I'm not sure what he was doing. Obviously, this is complicated. It turned out to be actually more complicated than they expected. Then in here, we have, this is the bench that will go over the sewer pump. And then this is the casing that will go around the pipe in the corner. I'm a little bit concerned. We need to check up on the thickness of those pavers that we want to put in here, because we have very little clearance on the door if we want to lift it. There's very little there, and then we have a limited amount we can cut off the bottom. So if they're thicker than, like, I think 1 3/4 inches, things might start to get a little bit complicated. So I guess we're just gonna have to see. In here, we realized on further thought that this is actually more complicated than it seems, because if we just take this and then drain it in here, we're gonna get basically stale water smell from the reservoir in here, and we don't really want that. So he's going to talk to the plumber to see what our options are to put like a check valve on it or something, and we'll see. Like, the drain for the sauna probably won't be used very often, but it's probably a good thing to have. So yeah, we'll see. We will see. So it was a pretty busy day. Between there was one guy each working on stairs, and then we had one guy working on trim who was working in the master bathroom and going out from there. Jake and his driver were putting on doors and putting together the fireplace. And then we had quartz measurement in the morning and uh, uh, granite installation in the afternoon. So, whew, yeah, quite a day. Quite a day. And they moved my garbage cans in order to get all the trim in the truck. And that meant that my garbage didn't end up getting picked up today. Ugh. Truly, these are the costs of home renovation. Electricians will be here Friday, I think. Jake has noticed some of the mistakes too, just like that light not working and stuff. So he's gonna get him to fix stuff. Plumbers are coming tomorrow, and then trim people will also be here tomorrow. Jake said that it was going pretty well, but that the first day with a trim crew is always more complicated, so he thinks they'll make significantly more progress tomorrow. Good stuff. Yeah. You can see this is our pile of trim. This is our rail for the staircase. More trim. All kinds of stuff. And I think that Jake is also going to be bringing up our appliances, because at this point, I don't think there's any reason not to have them. We certainly want to have the dishwasher there so that they can plumb it, and there's no reason not to bring the stove in and the microwave as well. Gonna be great. All sorts of excitement. Big week. We're really making progress. We're gonna be able to start living down here pretty soon. That'll be pretty nice. Getting a little bit tired of living in an attic. Join us next time for more adventure.